Welcome everybody, I'm Dave Hodgkins and welcoming you back to another episode of Hangin with Hodge. I'm really glad that you made it out. Come for the mead, stay for the blood. Specifically, Pirates Blood Mead. So we started this here a couple weeks ago on September 6th with our starting gravity of 1.140. I misspoke in the previous video when I stated that it was 1.1140. It's 1.140. It's been going about 2 weeks now. The airlock has slowed way down, and we're going to go ahead and pull out our fruit that's in here. We've already poked it down a few times over the course of the couple weeks to make sure that it stayed moist and we didn't get any mold in there. I haven't seen any yet. We're going to pop it. Hopefully there's not any. And then we're going to drain out the juice that's in the bag, that's in our bag with the fruit. Drain the rest of that out, dump that back in there, the juice in there, take our reading, and if it's ready, we're going to go ahead and get it put into our glass carboys called racking it over to get it off of the leaves, but that's going to depend on what our reading says. So let's get started. So as you can tell by the photo here, everything's looking good. We're going to go ahead and I've got a bowl here. So now again, make sure that you sterilize everything before you start messing around with your mead. You want to make sure that everything is sanitized before moving forward. Now I've sanitized everything here. I use Star San sanitizer mixed in with water. I spray everything down. I've got a bucket with Star San water in it that I soak everything in first before I put it out here as well. So we're going to go ahead and move this out. Let it drain out. Now on top of that, I've got this doohickey. I'm going to use this actually to squeeze out more of the juice here. Get this right here. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take our reading. We've got our mead thief. And our handy dandy hydrometer. Get a reading here. Spin as it goes down. Okay, so as you can see in the picture over here, this is right at 1.000. So this is done. This is dry. Now the question is, how does it taste? So we're definitely going to be racking this over to the bottles here. Now, if you're going to be drinking Pirate's Blood, you got to be drinking from a pirate's mug with the skull and crossbones. All right, let's see how this came out now. Pour the rest back in here. I'm going to put the lid back on just to keep everything nice and clean. I'm actually going to let that settle. Because I poured this back into here, I'm going to let it settle a little bit because it probably stirred up some leaves down at the bottom. And I just want to let it settle out here. So I'm going to let that settle for about an hour or so, and then I'll go ahead and rack it over. In the meantime, it smells divine. You can smell the different fruits in here. And you can definitely get the cherries and the other fruit. See how it tastes. Now that is good. Wow. Okay. So this is definitely a new one of the favorites. We will be making a 5-gallon batch of this. Might be a bit expensive with all the fruit that we'll need to put into it. It was 3 pounds of berries per gallon. But it'll be worth it. So let's finish this off. We'll be back in about an hour, and we're going to go ahead, once this settles down, we're going to go ahead and get it racked off here. So, through the magic of editing, we'll move on. And we're back. So, we've gone ahead, we've let that settle down a little bit more. It's still off-gassing a little bit. So, we're going to go ahead and place our bottles down here. I've got a little platform over here to set the bottles on, stepping stool, and we've got our auto siphon. By the way, as I go through the videos, I'll have links in the description below if you want to order this stuff. We've got links to Amazon to order it. It is an Amazon affiliate, so if you do happen to order something, I think I might get a little bit of a kickback, not sure. Same amount that you pay either way. So, if you want to help out, that's one way you can help. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and start siphoning this off into our carboys over here. Put the end in here. And get that right up to the edge here. And as it gets lower, I'll end up tipping the bucket as this fills up. So, let's finish this up. And we want to limit the amount of lees or sediment that gets pulled out of our primary into our secondary. Alright, so right now it's a little bit cloudy. I think part of that is because of the sediment that we pulled up. This, and I pulled from the secondary bottle here. But you can see it's a beautiful ruby red color in there. A dark red. You can definitely smell all the fruits that are in there, and it's just, even here, it's got some nice legs on it. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and cork these off. And let them finish off gassing. I'm going to let these sit for probably about another 2 weeks, 3, maybe a month. And then we'll go ahead and bottle it, probably closer to a month. The longer you can let it age in here, the the better it's going to taste in the long run. But then you have to weigh that off with your patience and how soon you want to be drinking it. So give this a shot. This is a wonderful melomel. So a melomel is a fruit-based mead. And it's going to get even better with age. So cheers.